Hey, it's Pupmeister, and go away. Take two. Hey, it's Pupmeister, and today we're going to be looking at a really cool way to automatically open pit mine. And all you have to do is stand back and watch the blocks disappear. Except the ores, of course. Those are for you to mine when it's done. So, let's get started. So let's take a look at what we're going to need. You're going to need, well, there's a splash potion of regeneration, which is optional, actually. But it will prevent the silverfish from dying so quickly. But it is optional. You're going to need a splash potion of poison. And in the video a little later, I'm going to show you how to make an extended version like this. But to be honest, you really only need the regular version of the splash poison. And you're going to need lots of splash potions of infestation. You're going to need probably about 5 slabs or so, but it doesn't hurt to have a few extra. You're going to need a few blocks. You're going to need a bucket of water. And in order to breed the allay, you're going to need a jukebox, some kind of a disc, and amethyst shards. Because if you only use one allay, it really doesn't work that well. And like I just said, you're going to need at least one allay to start with. So let's take a look at how to make the potion of regeneration. The first thing you want to do is make an awkward potion by putting in some nether wart. And now you have an awkward potion. The next thing you want to do is put in a ghast tear. And that will give you a potion of regeneration. Now you want to put in some redstone dust. And as you can see, this will make the regeneration potion last longer, from 45 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. The last thing you want to do is place in some gunpowder. And that will make it a splash potion of regeneration. Now let's look at how to make a splash potion of poison. You start with an awkward potion by putting in some nether wart. And that gives you your awkward potion. Next, put in a spider eye. And that gives you a potion of poison for 45 seconds. Now, just like the regeneration, we're putting in redstone dust to make it longer. And now the potion of poison has gone from 45 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. And last but not least, we put in the gunpowder. And that makes it into a splash potion of poison. And last but not least, let's take a look at how to make a splash potion of infestation. Start with an awkward potion by putting nether wart in. And there you have your awkward potion. Now that you have an awkward potion, you put in stone. And again, this is stone, not cobblestone, so you're going to need a pickaxe with silk touch, or put cobblestone into a furnace. And that gives you a potion of infestation. And to make it a splash, put in some gunpowder. And there you go, you have a splash potion of infestation for 3 minutes. There is no way to prolong how long it lasts. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find a nice flat area like this that's fairly low. You don't want to do it on top of a mountain. Depends, I guess, what you're looking for. But it's better to be a little lower. And eventually you're going to make a 5 by 5 hole. So, and you can see that I have my allay here already. Just give him a block and he'll hang out and follow you and won't disappear. So we're all good. So now you want to basically make a little 4 star like this with a hole in the middle. Grab your slabs and place them on top. And you can put this here just for a step up. And then you want to put one more block on top of the slab there. And we're going to want him to go in and grab something, and then we're going to put the slab on the bottom half of this block. So now we just got to kind of, where'd he go? We have to get him over here. There he is. Okay, and oops, not there. Throw one down there and hope that he goes and gets it, and he didn't see it. Oh, there we go. All right. So we now have him in here, which is exactly where we want him. And now you can place a full block on the ground in the middle, like that. And we can get rid of that block right there. And if for some reason he was going to these corners and grabbing the blocks instead, you could just like fill this with blocks to make it easier for you and have him go in instead of down here. Luckily, we didn't have that problem. All right, and then you can get rid of all the blocks underneath here, just like that. And we could probably take the block away from him now. Now comes the slow, monotonous part if you're in survival like I am. You're going to have to breed this guy. And in order to breed him, you're going to play some music in the jukebox and have him dance like that. And then you have to give him an amethyst shard. And when you do, he becomes 2. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. All right, so now we have 2. Now, unfortunately, there is a cooling down period before you can breed them again. I think it's about 5 minutes. I'm not 100% sure. But after 5 minutes, you can throw the disc in again, and then you can give an amethyst shard to both of them. And now the 2 will become 4, and so on until you have somewhere around 20 in there, or as many as will fit. So I'll let you do that part, and then we'll continue once we have a lot of these guys in here. Okay, well, I think the time has come. I have bred these guys. There's one more. And as you can see, for whatever reason, it's only allowing me to breed one at a time. And then it gives one the shard, and then I take it back. And that's all there is. And I think maybe because they're all stuck in one spot, that I'm only allowed to breed one at a time instead of multiple. But if you look at my shards, I've got 42, and I think I started at 64. So in theory, I have 22, or at least around 20, because I don't know for sure. This part is over, so let's go to the next part. So for this next part, you want to dig 2 out on every side. And then you basically want to go down until you get to rock. All right, and there we go. So we now have a 5x5 hole under our generator there. So now just make a quick step up and you can fill it in immediately just to get up. Now the one thing I do want to say is I am taking a little bit of a risk by having it so close to water. There could very easily be some kind of underground water source or cave under here, but I'm just kind of showing you how this works, so you can really do it anywhere you want, and I would recommend away from water. I did do this type of concept already, deep underground in caves, and I'll link that video to the end of this one if you want to check that out. Because there's, slightly different twists on doing it super low underground. Now, before you splash these guys with a potion of infestation, you need them to be taking damage. So the first thing you want to do is come up here, maybe one more, yeah, and then aim at the block that they're sitting on and fill it with water, like that. Now eventually they'll start taking damage. Maybe I should have done that to get them to separate. Alright, so now they're starting to take damage. Now one thing you have to look out for, if you only have 1 or 2 allays in here, then the silverfish that come out will just sort of drip and there won't be very many. Now, I've done a little bit here already, but when you have a lot of silverfish or a lot of allays in here, they spew out the silverfish like there is no tomorrow. So you might actually want to build a wall around here so that when they do come out, they actually drop into the pit instead of onto the ground right here. All right, so this should have us prepared, and let's do another potion of infestation, and we'll watch them just fly out of there. See, look at that. Oh, and some of them are still making it up here. I better grab my sword. Most of them are doing okay, though, and ending up down there. And this is basically what you want to happen. You want that bottom to just be packed full of silverfish. And you can see they're following me. This is not a good time to fall down there, by the way. And you can see they're just... There's so many. I don't know how many are down there. It's crazy. And you might even want to just kind of walk away a little bit. Like, you can see the infestation is wearing off on my screen at the top right there. So it's gone. All right, so it looks like it's reaching its maximum here. So now there's 2 ways to do it. Like I said, the regeneration will make sure that not too many die when you throw the poison. So you could do that, but it's definitely not necessary. And now you can throw the poison down there. Whoa! And a lot of them. Look at that. I guess the lesson here is not to use blocks for your wall that they can get into. Wow, I didn't think that they would crawl into the blocks around the wall, because they only hit the wall for like seconds. And yet they still went in the wall, which is crazy. That's crazy. I guess I should have used maybe dirt for the wall. So there's something for you to know right there. Do not use stone of any kind for your wall around your allays, because the silverfish will go in there. Look at that. That's crazy. That blows me away. I guess I should have something to eat here. Okay, so let's take a peek down there. Oh, and there is water. That's a shame. But you can tell that they, look at that, they started digging a lot down there. And I am getting rid of the rest of these blocks and putting dirt up here. Wow. I am so surprised at that because they only hit the wall for like a second. And they like went right in. Amazing. All right. So try that again, buddies. All right, now unfortunately, look at that. They're in the water down there, which really sucks, unfortunately. But being close to water, I knew that was potentially an issue. I partially want to go down there and fill up the water so they keep digging. But this does show you that they dig very well. I mean, we've got a couple copper there. I think I saw in the background here, there's some iron back there. And they'll dig through all the stone and leave all the ore right out in the open for you to get. So just for fun, I am going to go down there. And I'm going to block it up. Let's try that. And see what happens. Kind of hard when you're floating up, bouncing up and down. All right, well, as you can tell, I blocked some off. So I'm going to hit these guys with another potion of infestation and see what happens. And at least now, they're all going to be down there and not go into the wall. That still blows me away, how they were able to go into the wall with that 1 second or half a second that they're like bouncing up against the wall. That's just crazy. And I think I'm going to throw the poison down while I'm over here this time. Because the water was more on the other side, I think. Okay, so this time I'm just going to throw the poison. And we'll see how that works on these guys. Oh, crap! Oh, this is not good. Oh, I went underwater. Whew! I think the underwater saved me. Although I'm kind of lost and I don't know where the heck I am. Okay. Wow. Okay, well that was something that you definitely don't want to happen. I have very good armor, so these guys are kind of like a joke to me. Even though, I mean, they do damage, obviously. But because one came up here, he knocked me in, the little bugger. So, yeah, that wasn't good. And just as I was going to throw another poison down. Okay, so let's try this one more time. I'm going to throw another potion of infestation in. I think I'm just going to dig that down a little bit so that they can't get up here. So, okay, so here we go. Splashing them with another potion of infestation. So this should really get them going and fill up the bottom again. If you don't want to be in danger whatsoever, then stand over here instead of on the top of the wall. Because I want to see this work one more time. I mean, you can tell it's working. They dug like nothing. They even dug underwater, which was crazy. I didn't know they did that either. So, learning lots today. But at least this has been somewhat entertaining for you as well. Not everything goes to plan all the time. All right, so let's get a potion of poison, splash potion of poison, and we'll get up here and we'll throw her down. There we go. All right. And they are digging like nothing. And this guy tried to do the same thing to me as happened last time. So remember, you also want to give them a chance just to cool down and enter some of the rock. So you can always kind of go away a little bit. All right, and down it goes. Oh, you can hear them digging. Apparently, andesite is also something they don't dig. So keep that in mind as well. That's one of the things I guess I don't point andesite out, I don't believe, specifically in my other video, but I do go over some of the blocks that they do actually enter into. So needless to say, it shows you it does work, and they did dig like crazy. Unfortunately, I had some large veins of andesite and a whole bunch of water down there, which is not the best for this thing. And then when you are done, you can always take the water out of here, and then they'll be a little happier. So thank you so much for watching. I think this gives you an idea of how well this can work for you. Just choose a better location. But this was just an example to show you how they really do dig and some of the mistakes you can make so you don't make them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something that can do an automatic mine for you. And I threw in some entertainment, not on purpose, but hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.